So, getting waves of energy through my body. They're not going away. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is like what I've read about. This is what I've heard about. And I'm just sitting with that. And I'm just sitting on my couch. And it reminded me of like a picture of Osho where someone was like, he was just sitting in a chair and he just seemed so peaceful. And I was like I kind of get that now. And it also made me understand, like, if like a monk or something goes into a cave and meditates for 10 years, you're like, wow, he's really putting in the work and trying to like achieve enlightenment or whatever. It's like, I think he already did. Like when you decide to go in a cave for 5 years, like you activated something within you and you want to go somewhere where other people aren't going to disturb it. So this was a Thursday, and actually it was a Wednesday, and I had to work the next day. And I noticed if I did have to like, and I was in such a good mood, like someone was like, "How was your night last night?" And I was like, "It was amazing." And they were like, "Oh, you get laid?" And I was like, "No, no, it's just a real good night." Everything was so much funnier. You feel like you can see people, you can feel other people's energy, and it's all good energy and vibes at this job I was doing. And but I found like when I needed to focus on something, it would go away, which is good. If I'm like backing up a truck with a trailer on it or something, I could focus on that. But I kept pausing and checking in to make sure it was still there throughout the day. And it was. And then I'd get in my truck and drive home and I'd be like, okay, is it still here? Is it still happening? And then it starts to like start bubbling up and happening again. I'm like, okay, good. And so now it's the weekend. Like I didn't work Friday or whatever. And I think I had a show to do on a Friday or Saturday. But I'm sitting down and the thing is like, at first it's like cleansing my whole system, like my whole body. It's like there's like these stagnant energies in your body, and they're your chakras. This made me realize, like, become more in tune, aware of my chakras, which I always believed in. But I was like, yes, like my heart did have like I had like a black heart. I had like a complete blockage in my heart, and it's like, okay, that's being cleansed now. Like that's gone. There was no desire to do anything that would be bad for me, like like at all. It was like it didn't even. It was like, why would I even want to do that? Once everything gets cleaned out and everything's functioning the way it should be, there's no desire to do any of that. So there were times where I was sitting in my kitchen with my hands on my counter, and I would say out loud, I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is honestly incredible. And it does kind of make you also not want to do anything because I could just sit on my couch and I would listen to music and the music would kind of intensify it. I was listening to the song Can Can by Offenbach, and I can still use that song as like a trigger to get it flowing. And but it makes you just be content doing nothing, which is kind of maybe scary in a way. But then I eventually went to, at one point I ordered pizza and I went to go pick it up. And when I was in there, I remember thinking like, I don't even want this anymore, just because like the energy of the pizza place and like the people making it was like, I feel like there's like just not negative or just a lower energy relative to mine, like in my pizza now. And then the woman, it's like a cute girl, like cashier, and there was no thoughts of any kind of lust or anything like that. Like I felt like I could see her clearly. I could see like a fire energy within her. I could I could like feel exactly how she felt. It was like I could fully see her as a person. And so then I got my pizza, ate my pizza, whatever, and then the next day I was like, all right, I have to go to the gym. And then when I would go to sleep, it would be like it was like these tingles, like super, like I said mentioned earlier, like I could feel it like in my elbows, and I was also waking up at 4 a.m. just naturally, like 4:30 a.m. and like no problem. And I would be excited to like get up, go sit on my couch, and like put a song on to activate the Kundalini energy even more. And then I remember I was like, I need to do something. I have to go to the gym. But you feel great, but it is exhausting. Like whatever rewiring or whatever's going on in your body, it's tiring. And you're like, this is not sustainable. But at the same time, you're like, I kind of like don't ever want this to go away. So I went to the gym, and the synchronicities were just out of control. Like as I was walking into the gym, there were two old ladies walking out, and one of them said something like, "Yeah, those fires have been really intense lately." Like, I don't know if there's like wildfires or something, but like Kundalini is the fire energy. And then I was walking in. The guy at the front desk was like, "I swear this computer hates me. Every time I try to do something, it just stops." And I was like, "That's interesting. It's like the computer, an analogy from my mind." That one didn't hit as hard, but still. But then I was listening to classical music in the gym. And I was like looking at the track. It was like everybody was moving to the music that I was listening to in this way, like a weird way. So did my workout, left, and I had to do a show. I was like, okay, I have to get ready for this. And that all went fine. But I'm really just like looking forward to getting back in my car and driving home and just being able to feel this buzz of Kundalini. So, like, this went on for like 3 weeks in varying levels of intensity. And I have it integrated now where, like, literally just talking about it activates it a little bit more, but it is a lot more subtle now. And there were also times where it's like, also it was like not eating much. Like I couldn't eat. All I could eat was like an apple or a carrot. Like I didn't want to eat meat. I didn't want like sometimes I have like frozen air fried chicken, like breaded chicken. I would make sometimes like that. It seemed disgusting to me. And there was one day after work where I ate a buffalo chicken sub, and that did knock it down. Like I could sense it was less, the Kundalini energy was less intense after that. So it's just, it's crazy. Like just the fact that this stuff is real is pretty cool. I don't know, man. It's like, but the other thing is, like I don't have anyone to talk to about. Like I can't tell anyone this, and I know like even if I did, they'll just think you're insane. They'll be like, all right, like, which is totally fine and understandable and reasonable. And I guess in closing, I'll say there is this aspect after when these things happen where you kind of are chasing this spiritual experience where you're like, I want this to happen more. I want to experience really intense synchronicities again. I want to be able to like feel other people's energy more. And it's like, that's fine. But there's kind of like a subtlety, like nuance to it where I think you take things as they come. And there's a certain level of awareness that is aware that you're not really doing anything. You are the silent observer in this life, and you can pretend you're thinking things through and making decisions, but you're really not. And there's like this kind of like middle ground area where you can just operate and kind of go with the flow, be the path and the traveler. And but yeah, part of you does want to like chase it and make sure it stays there and keep doing it, but it just seems like it comes and goes. Like it's been like probably a little over a month now, and there were a couple times I did things to literally like sabotage it because I was like, this is getting out of hand. This is too much. And I did. And then it'll start to like come back again, clear out, and it'll come back in a more subtle way, but it's literally just like breathing. And I heard something else online where it's like, you imagine like your third eye, like just a point here, and then a point on the base of your spine, the sacrum, where the Kundalini energy comes from. Just focus on those 2 points and your breath going in and then down. And when you exhale, the energy is going up the base of your spine. And you can start to imagine that. gets moving again. Or literally just, it almost becomes like kind of a beacon or alert system for what you're supposed to be doing, because it'll get activated from really like listening to people. Like if I'm having a conversation with somebody and I'm like thinking about my day or whatever else I'm going to do, if I stop and slow down and really look at them and listen to them, I'll start to feel it more. If I am like, take the time to be thankful for what I have in my life, it'll start to happen more. If I like say like grace over my food, or like take time to like be thankful for the food that I'm about to eat, it will activate. So it went good. There was the integration. The integration process was, pretty intense. And I remember hearing other people talk about it and being like, "Don't worry, it's not going to last forever. Like it's going to calm down a little bit." And I remember thinking, I was like, I don't want it to calm down. Like I want it to, like, this is awesome. Like I want this forever. And you will. Like once it awakens, it's like with enlightenment. Like you can't forget that experience. You can choose to live by it or not live by it, but you're not going to forget. With Kundalini, it's like it's there. You kind of unlock something and you can regenerate it even if you lose it. And in a way, you can experience the illusion of thinking that you're regenerating it, I guess. But it's pretty cool stuff. Kundalini activation, pretty cool stuff. I give it literally 10 out of 10 review. As far as life experiences go, 2 thumbs up on the Kundalini activation. I mean, I'm sure I'll have more to say about it in the future, but I just wanted to talk about like what my experience with it was. You should let me know if you've had an experience. Let me know, because I know there's like varieties of the Kundalini activation. People can experience different things, but it also does reinforce kind of like the spiritual path. Like it makes me want to meditate more. It makes me want to spend more time alone. It really removed any desire to there's not as much of like an urge to like kind of achieve things or do things. It's like you realize you are in the river of life. Like you don't want to swim upstream. Like just go with the flow. I know all this spiritual stuff, it sounds very, cliche, but there's so much truth in all these little things. Like just go with the flow, relax, take a breath, be thankful for what you have. Like sit in the stillness, sit with yourself. That's where a lot of these powerful, mystical experiences and realizations come from. They come from the stillness. And it's pretty cool. It's like life changing. And there were a couple times throughout the month where I kind of like reverted back into like an old way because I was with friends or something, but it's like, okay, I did that, but now you're reprocessing it through a different lens. You're like, okay, now I did that with this new kind of awareness, and now I realize like there's no need to do that. Kundalini, pretty cool stuff. Leave a comment if you've experienced or are interested or have a question or whatever. I don't know. Thank you for watching.